early learning, youth development, domestic violence, and education support for school-aged children. Committed to serving the African American community, Atlantic Street Center provides services and support for all marginalized people. Learn more at AtlanticStreetCenter.org.
Sergio LaCour's Love Lines. It's on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Thursday nights at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. Music and dedications for the grown and sexy.
This is your Rainier Avenue Radio.world community update on Seattle City Lights Utility Discount Program application. If you are impacted by COVID-19, otherwise known as the coronavirus, access the utility discount application online at seattle.gov/UDP for utility discount program, or call 206-684-3000. That's seattle.gov/UDP or 206-684-3000.
Yo, what's good? It's D-Money, and you should definitely check out Fresh Juice every Wednesday, 9 to 11 Pacific, right on Rainier Avenue Radio.
With pint-sized Patron, P-Treasy the Don. Y'all be sure to clean your mirrors as we play brand new hip-hop and R&B from locals and worldwide.
It's ID Yourself, a.k.a. Malcolm Flex. Make sure you check out Fresh Juice every Wednesday, Pacific Standard Time from 9 to 11 p.m.
And to get those exclusive interviews that we be doing.
Sipping a brand new fresh juice every single week.
Yeah. Every Wednesday, 9 to 11, Rainier Avenue Radio.
Yeah.
If you or a family member are 55 or over and need nursing home level care, but want to keep living where you are, check out Providence Elder Place PACE. This program offers healthcare, housing, transportation, and recreational activities. There are no co-pays or deductibles, and it's covered through Medicare and Medicaid. Providence Elder Place PACE works to keep you healthy and in your home. Call 206-320-5325 or visit providence.org Elder Place. Providence.org Elder Place.
No, you can't get enough of Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Welcome to Real Estate and Money, a half-hour program on Rainier Avenue Radio.world designed to help you whether you're a buyer, seller, investor, or renter in real estate. Your hosts are two local professionals who will escort you on your journey. Violeta Strash, who has years of media advertising and experience, brings this extensive knowledge to John L. Scott Real Estate and all our clients. And Tina Lombard, who is a mortgage loan originator with guaranteed rate affinity, with over 28 years of experience. And now here's Violeta and Tina.
Tina, hey, you're frozen. Can you see that, Daniel? Is that on her end? Oh, you better. Anyway, hello everybody. We'll wait for Tina to figure out what's going on with her computer. There you are. A lot better. I just did see your video. You were touring someplace. Are you good to go? Yes, we're on, Tina.
Are we on? Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're rotating around. You're making me dizzy. Okay, go ahead. Are you? Where did she go, Daniel?
Can you see me? Go ahead.
No.
Where did she go, Daniel? No.
Uh-oh. Sounding bad. Daniel? Help. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, there. Okay, Tina.
You guys see me now?
Yes. Looking hot and sexy. Yes, we see you. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. What's happening, Daniel? What does she need to do? Tina, can you turn your microphone on?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us? Me? Or can you hear me? No? I don't know what to do, Daniel. Can you let her? Is she what?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
I can hear
Well,
you.
good. Anyways, welcome to the show, everyone. But yeah.
Welcome to you.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to keep going. Daniel, can you throw up on the screen the phone number to contact us after hours? The 206-774 number. And I'll just keep moving here. And definitely call us on the phone numbers that you see for either myself and Tina. I'm with John L. Scott, Ken North. I can help you with all your real estate needs. And Tina is our mortgage lender that has a huge number of years of experience to help you with your financing needs. So please do call us when you have some reason to do so, or even just ask us any questions you might have. Real Estate and Money is who we are, and we will help you with anything to do with finding a home, finding your dream home, and how to finance that. Anyway, let me start with the market updates, as we usually do first thing. Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll get Tina on board really quick. Market updates. We're looking at the last week's activity. And for King County, we have a record amount of 493 homes, so with an average price of $1,082,000. Last year, I'm sorry, you know what? That's active and sold. We have 673 homes that sold at an average price of $1,071,000. Last year, we reported 1 million, just over 1,100,000. And that was a 7% increase from last year. July of this year, so we always report the month before, we're looking at 20 days on the market on an average. And for those of you who want to know, $446 a square foot, that was recorded for July. Last year, July, 31 days, so almost 2 weeks extra or 1 week extra to get into the pending status with $383 a square foot. That's 16% increase year to year. In Pierce County, we have 293 homes out there. 353 have been sold. And so when I report active listings, those are new actives as of last week. And then whatever was left over from before, they went into the sold category. So we're looking at more pendings that are sold than we have active. And the average price of those sold homes in Pierce County were $563,000 last year. At the same time, $527,000. That shows up as a 7% increase. July of this year, we are looking at 19 days on the market with $263 a square foot. Last year, 31 days on the market, almost 2 weeks extra at $219 a square foot, 20% increase in Pierce County. Here we have Snohomish County with 245 homes out there active, and 314 have sold in the last week for $760,000 average. Last year we had a $683,000 average, which is a 11% increase. July shows 17 days on the market at $322 a square foot. Last year, July, 29 days on the market, $270 a square foot. That's 19% increase. And we know there's inventory shortage in manufacturers on the manufacturer side. So because of that shortage, materials are costing a lot more than they have been. I think prices have come down a little bit, but it's taking a while to get your windows, flooring, any wood products, decking material, all that, to get to where it needs to be. So just know that that's probably why the increase in the price per square footage is happening. But there you have it. That's our market update for the week. Is Tina back on? Oh.
I think I am. So I'm not quite sure which one's better. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try my phone, and then I'll try the computer after we come back, Daniel, from the break. But anyways, thank you for that chaos. But I am up in Beaver Creek, Colorado. I'm at a luxury summit here for Coldwell Banker, and I wanted to show off the background. And it was lovely, but then it's like 94 degrees outside, and my laptop actually fried. Or it overheated. So I'm
no.
So, but what I was trying to say is, we actually are going to be using, we're going to be talking about the elderly today and how to move them out of your house, how to move them into your house, or actually how to move them out of their current house if the situation is necessary, and how to do that efficiently and effectively with love, care, and respect.
Yes. And I know this could be covering a number of days, number of different shows, because there's so much to do with what we want to help out with the elderly population. So let's start slow and, answer questions. And then at the tail end of the show, I'm going to show you this house behind me. I'm going to talk to you about the situation and what we did to help out. Okay.
Well, first thing, that sounds really good. And the house is beautiful, V. But one of the first thing we want to talk about is, we're getting to the age where we're like in our, midlife points or what have you, 40, 50s, and our parents are at the point where not only they're downsizing, they may be too frail to take care of themselves. And it's a constant battle of who's taking care of mom, who's watching dad, are they eating correctly? She fell the other day. We think maybe the house is just too big for them right now. They need to think about retiring, either living with us or living at an adult facility. But no way can they live by themselves because it's too dangerous. Mm-hmm. And a lot of situations, of course, your parents, they push and they prod. They're, no, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. But the next thing you know, 911's calling you up saying that your parents are in the emergency room, or your parents set something on fire, or the water's been running for 3 days, or something's going on, and you're freaking out. You're either in a different state or across the city, and in the middle of the night, you want to run and take care of them. Or sometimes they just forget to take their meds, and you know how important it is, and they don't have an in-care home facility, a facilitator to administer their meds and that sort of thing. So this is the time where you do have to come and say, hey, listen, I know you've been in this house for 30, 40 years. You raised your kids there, and now grandkids are being raised there. But it's time for you to move. We need to get you out of this home situation. Sell the house, and or give it to somebody. But you need to move.
Yeah, and there are many times where my mom had a Lifeline bracelet and a necklace, and she would set it up near the phone somewhere so she can get to it if she was in trouble. Well, you need to have it on you all the time. Yes. That's the purpose of these. And if you fall, you can't walk over to the phone where you put your Lifeline.
No, you can't.
So you just, at some point in time, you can't trust that your parent or grandparents are going to know what to do or be able to do it. To call for help.
Exactly. And so, you're looking at their house, and the first thing you want to do is you want to find out if they're okay with leaving. You've got to be very respectful. You got to find out, have you thought about moving? Is it going to be okay if you move? Can you leave your house behind and go somewhere where you'll have more accommodations? So you have to get their agreements. You can't just push them out. So there's a lot of things that are involved. And one of the first things involved is, who actually has got that power of attorney? Who's got the authority or the executive authority to actually make those decisions for your parents? If there's one sibling, sometimes it's easier. But if there's 2, 3, 4, 5 siblings, you need to get your legal their legal life in order, their finances in order, their health care. You need to really talk to a lawyer first and foremost to make sure that all of their assets and everything that they have underneath their name is taken care of before you start selling property.
Yes.
Yes, because you never know. And a lot of times you'll find that your mom and your dad have hidden assets, hidden properties, or what have you. So the first thing you want to do is sit down with a financial advisor or their financial people, gather all their tax returns, gather all their mail, and see if you can put together what they do have as assets. And you need to figure out if they've got a will or an estate or a trust or something in place. And you need to figure out who is the person that is designated to be able to sign on their behalf. If your parents can still sign on their behalf, that's great. And that's where you want to catch is when they are of sound mind, where they can actually sign the papers and make solid decisions, not decisions after they're sick, after they've got memory loss or Alzheimer's. You want to make sure that they take care of business now that they are of sound mind. And once you figure that out, then you start talking about selling the house. And when you sell the house, when you go into a house owned by parents who've been there for 40 years, what are some of the things that you see? What are some of the things that they need to first tackle?
Okay, I'll answer that question after the break.
Okay.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Join your hosts Violeta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Great.
Okay. Well, you know what? This whole thing is emotionally upsetting, and especially if your parent ends up passing away. And then what do? You haven't made arrangements to even look at what's in the house sometimes. And it seems like, I'm sad to say that I've had a few of these this past year, and I'm going to show you the one house behind me. But you know what? You got to have the whole family involved. You need to clear out whatever is in that house and who can take items of value into their home. And in my case, when my mother passed away, I got a ton of stuff stored. Now everything's in storage because I moved out of my big home and all my mom's stuff moved with me because it's been a while, but I have not been in the frame of mind to get rid of her stuff. So there are families that are going to go through that. There are families that'll come in from out of town and say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize there was all this stuff in the house. What do we do to get rid of it?
There's stuff like family heirlooms. There's pictures.
Yes.
Number one thing, there's pianos. There's china. There's grandma's fur. There's a couch that they had and, a bed that they've had for centuries. So you have to, first of all, find out what is important to them. And if it is not important to you, but it is very important to them, you can't throw it out because there's going to be a family rift for the rest of their lives. So you have to be very respectful of what you need to move and what's going to stay. And, pianos, that sort of thing, or china, who's going to get mom's china? Who's going to get mom's piano? Who's going to get father's, military gear? So you need to figure that out before you start moving things.
Yeah, set up deadlines and say, maybe if there's a family of 6, maybe this family comes and takes what they want. And then next family, because, everybody wants a little bit of something from grandma, grandpa. And you don't want to give away everything before everyone's had a chance because it could be very upsetting and could lead to a lot of controversy.
Yes, and then and then the thing is, after the grandparents or the parents decide who gets what, so on and so forth. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things in the house that emotionally you're attached to, but they have no value and they have no place in your house either, or where your parents are going. So you have to figure out where they're going to go. So you can call like the Salvation Army, the Union Gospel Mission, see if people can come by and pick up large sums of unusable furniture. You can sell things on eBay. You can sell things on Craigslist. You can donate. You can have estate sales.
It's estate sale. Yeah.
You can actually get together with an estate company and see if they can come in and take some items to sell for you upon auction. So those are all items that you need to do to get the house cleaned up.
Okay. And then, once there are even companies out there, and you have to call me to get this information, but there are people you can call who would say, okay, I will buy everything in the house for $5,000 or whatever it is. Whatever's left over, I'll take it. There are people out there that do that and will turn around and sell it, or put it on consignment or whatever you want to do. But we need to get your house cleared up. And here we're going to go into this house that was sold earlier in the year. The dad had passed away. Tina and I know the owner, one of the sons who inherited this house. And it was built in 1958. And the dad was an original owner. So do you see the house?
Here we go.
Okay, and here's the original condition. He decided, I'm not going to put any money into doing the house. So there you see the teal carpeting. And pictures are cleaned up. I'll have to be honest. Pictures are cleaned up before you put them on the MLS. And so what you see may not be true to what is actually there. So it could be a big, I thought it was going to look better than this at a moment. As you walk in. So then you see, here's kitchen. Do you see that old appliances of gold? And the sink was teal. And you see, burn marks on the backsplash behind the stove. And who knows when that happened? But no, there was nothing that was renovated, remodeled in this house. Continue on, Daniel. So that was a kitchen. Here's the bathroom. There was a pink toilet that went with the pink sink that you see, and that goes with the on the opposite side of the sink. There's a tub, pink, and the tile on the floor was old, lifting in a lot of places. And then next, okay, one of the bedrooms. See the scuff marks on the nice hardwood floor. And beneath all that carpeting that you saw that ran through the living room, dining room, and down the hall were these original beautiful hardwood floors that had never seen the light of day. So when the people purchased it, I don't know if they were going to replace all that with the new, luxury vinyl planking, engineered planking that you see everywhere, or if they were simply going to refinish these lovely wood floors. Okay, next. Oh, okay. There's the. It didn't look this nice, but the utility room, and a lot of times these older homes have the half bath with a toilet and a sink in the same room, right? Okay, next. Oh, I guess that was it. But there's our friend, our nice. Yeah, Mr. Drewy, who has a phenomenal voice, and it's this train narration, and he was a great production manager at Salem Communications, where Tina and I met him. Got a great radio voice, right?
Yeah. But his father passed away. Okay, so we had to make these decisions, and I know it was a very emotional thing, and V was able to pull this apart and make the house look wonderful and get it set. And that's the thing is, V is she's talking about the carpeting, the wood, the bathroom, the toilet. She's putting a lot of care into it. But the thing is, you need to get it ready for somebody else to move in. You have to show the house respect, and it's very emotional. I'm sure Dave is sitting there. He just looks like, okay, here I'm standing by his side. But he's going through something very, very emotional, and you have to be prepared for that. Now, in this case, when parents pass away, that's one thing. When parents are moving out, that's also another thing too, because you need to go with them and find out where they're going to go after they do leave. In this situation, of course, if they're deceased, that's one thing. But like I said, do they need assisted living? Do they need well-care living? Do they need mental health services? Are they going to live with you? Are they going to live in a facility? And those are very serious questions that you need to ask up front, and make sure you have a family meeting and make sure that's all ironed out. Because if you sell a house like this, V's going to sell a house. That's no problem. You're going to get it cleaned up. But where your parents go on and after that is going to be the issue. You want to check their insurance, find out they have long-term care. And sometimes their memory is gone, so you're going to have to sort that stuff out. If they need to stay with a family member because you cannot afford, you have to make sure they stay with the right family member. And if the family is able to accommodate their medical needs and their caretaking needs, and if there's going to be any type of family rift, if you should bring your parents home. So these are all part of it. You want to make sure that this is all ironed out before you come in and sell the house. Because once you sell the house, and V will sell the house, once you sell it, there's no going back. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of times too, when people have memory loss, that sort of thing, they don't remember that they sold the house, and that's something the family has to take care of. So, once it's on the market, it's gone. So make sure you have everything in line for after you sell the house and prior to selling it, so that the family can remain in goodwill with each other, and life can go on afterwards.
Tina, do you do reverse mortgages?
No, that's a whole different animal. I'm so glad you brought that up. Reverse mortgages are they're bonded, and those loan officers have different type of license and bonding. But basically, if somebody's in a home and they've got equity in the house, they have to have a certain amount of equity, like maybe 50% or under. But the bank the lenders will actually pay them money on the house to live there. Okay. And when they pass away, and I can't really talk about it because I'm not licensed on it.
Right.
Yeah. When they pass away, either the house goes on to the family or the family sells it. But it's a good way financially for people who are elderly who don't have the income to get another loan. They actually stay in the house, and the lender actually pays them. So that is something that if you want to find out more about, give me a call. We'll get you to somebody who is a reverse mortgage loan officer. That is a very powerful tool.
Yeah. And we'll probably get someone, an expert on that to come on the air with us and talk about that, as well as someone that will talk about different options for your mom or grandparents, mom, dad, grandparents to go to. There's so many things that we'd like to help you out with in our senior market.
I want to say too, my parents, God love them. They've been my parent. I've been the banker since I was like 22 years old. But, a lot of times they're taken advantage of financially. The elderly, they get loans they have no business doing. They get told to do things financially. They have their grown kids come in and say, Mom, give me $50,000 cash out of your house. Do a refinance right now. Give me cash. These type of abuses do happen. So make sure if your family members are kind of loosey-goosey or they're not all there, that you do talk to somebody that you trust, either a banker or a finance person or a lawyer or good loan officer, because a lot of times there's a lot of fraud when it comes to the elderly. I get a lot of kids coming in saying, my parents want to take out $190,000 cash out and give to me.
Yeah.
Stuff. So,
stuff happens like your parents don't know, and it sounds like a good deal. Sure, we'll buy 10 plots at the cemetery, and there's only 4 of you.
Oh.
Parents and 2 kids. Well, maybe some other relatives will want to come here.
Oh, you know what? And actually, my mother was trying to sell her house before she passed away, and a realtor came in there and she said, cut me a check for $25,000 so I can take your TV away and your couch away and everything. All this brand new stuff my mother bought. This woman was going to charge $25,000 to remove it from my mother's house. Now, the woman did serve jail time before that even happened and after that happened. But you have to be very wary. You got to be very cognizant, because a lot of these elderly folks out there are being taken advantage of. So if your parents say they want to buy or sell a house, you give them to somebody you trust right away. Otherwise, they could fall into that category of elderly fraud.
Yeah. And you, as a family member, you need to pay attention to your elderly, more mature relatives. You need to help them because they've helped you for years. It's your turn to help them.
Yes, and a lot of times there's a lot of embarrassment. So a lot of times my parents were taken advantage of, and they would tell me about it, and I'm like, then it's damage control. Then I'd have to go and threaten and sue and all this kind of stuff. But a lot of times they're too embarrassed to talk to you about finances. They don't want you to think that they don't know what they're doing, and that's when they fall into the trap. So if they are to the point where their house is kind of, wobbly, there are realtors that knock on doors and say, do you want to sell your house? So be very cognizant of your parents in the neighborhood, and if they do have a house of value, somebody's soliciting them to sell their house. So make sure you get in front of that.
Okay, we're completely out of time. Make sure you stay tuned for That Guy, our Curtis show on Clark Broadcast right after our show.
Love him. I've worked with him for years.
Okay. We'll see you next week. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
You've been listening to Real Estate and Money with your hosts, Violeta, Strash, and Tina Lombard. For more information, call 206-717-4490. That's 206-717-4490. Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website to find the Real Estate and Money schedule, or tune in to our live show every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3. We will help you find your dream home.